अगर आपकी मंजिल भी सिविल सर्विसेज है तो टेस्ट सीरीज लगाना आपके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होगा। इसीलिए टेक्स्ट बुक लेके आया है टेक्स्ट बुक पास। तो फिर आप किसी भी सिविल सर्विस एग्जाम का प्रिपरेशन कर रहे होगे, चाहे वो यूपीएससी हो या फिर स्टेट पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन एग्जाम लाइक बीपीएससी, एमपीपीएससी, एमपीएससी या आरपीएससी। टेक्स्ट बुक पास के अंदर आपको सारी सिविल सर्विस एग्जाम्स की मॉक टेस्ट अवेलेबल हो जाएगी। तो अब देर किस बात की, अभी डाउनलोड कर लीजिए टेक्स्ट बुक ऐप और लगाइए कूपन कोड 7 डे गिफ्ट और 7 दिन के लिए पाइए मुफ्त में टेक्स्ट बुक पास और दीजिए अपने सपनों को नई उड़ान।
Hello everyone, this is Meera K. I secured All India Rank 6 in Civil Service Examination 2020. I'm from Thrissur, which is part of Central Kerala. I did my graduation in Mechanical Engineering from Government Engineering College, Thrissur. Thereafter, I worked with L&T Technology Services for a year, which I quit in 2017 December to start preparing for civil services. Coming to my interview strategy, I've given 2 interviews. My first interview was in the 2018 examination, and that interview I scored an average mark. I scored 165. I think I made a lot of mistakes in that interview because one thing, I was not at all prepared on the current affairs part, because my interview was some 2-3 months later from the results, and I had some personal issues at home and I completely neglected the current affairs part. And when I went to the interview board, the board was very cordial, but they kept asking me some issues from current affairs and I couldn't answer anything. And no matter how prepared you're there to say I don't know, if you keep on saying I don't know, it might reduce your confidence and it might affect your performance. And I think that was an issue in my first interview. Another issue was that I didn't think a lot when I was filling the DAF. I was very eager to show my achievements, and I was very eager to project myself as a very dynamic and a very vibrant person, that I kept on adding a lot of hobbies and a lot of achievements. And in the end, I couldn't cover everything very well, or I couldn't give each and every topic the respect that it deserves. So this time, what I made a change in my interview preparation was the DAF. I kept it very light. I didn't add a lot of hobbies. I just kept 2 major hobbies and I kept only 1 or 2 of my achievements and positions held. I didn't fill the page, so that it was very easy for me to prepare on these topics. And I extensively researched and I extensively worked on my DAF, and I contacted the people associated with the organizations mentioned in my DAF. I went to the ministry websites and I made a very thorough research about my background and about the place, the district I come from, my state, etc. So this is something that I did differently for this year's interview. And the current affairs, this time I made sure that I read the newspaper thoroughly to the day of the interview. The morning I woke up I had my interview in the morning session, so I woke up at 6 o'clock. I read the e-paper and then I went for the interview.
अगर आपकी मंजिल भी सिविल सर्विसेज है तो टेस्ट सीरीज लगाना आपके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होगा। इसीलिए टेक्स्ट बुक लेके आया है टेक्स्ट बुक पास। तो फिर आप किसी भी सिविल सर्विस एग्जाम का प्रिपरेशन कर रहे होगे, चाहे वो यूपीएससी हो या फिर स्टेट पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन एग्जाम लाइक बीपीएससी, एमपीपीएससी, एमपीएससी या आरपीएससी। टेक्स्ट बुक पास के अंदर आपको सारी सिविल सर्विस एग्जाम्स की मॉक टेस्ट अवेलेबल हो जाएगी। तो अब देर किस बात की, अभी डाउनलोड कर लीजिए टेक्स्ट बुक ऐप और लगाइए कूपन कोड 7 डे गिफ्ट और 7 दिन के लिए पाइए मुफ्त में टेक्स्ट बुक पास और दीजिए अपने सपनों को नई उड़ान।
So I think this gave me a lot of confidence. I don't know if my marks will be better this time, I'm not sure. But then my experience or my own gut feeling or my overall analysis of the interview is that it's much better than the first interview that I gave. Coming to some interesting questions that was asked, in my 2018 interview I had a lot of interesting questions. Maybe because I had one of my hobbies as quizzing. They asked me how many nautical miles are there from Andaman and Nicobar Islands to the nearest international sea route, and could you tell us some countries that has the word Guinea in it, and could you tell me the capitals of it, and a lot of factual questions like this came, and I answered it with I don't know. I kept on saying I don't know. I think they were trying to put me in a spot, or they were trying to pressure me, and I think it worked. So I don't think it makes any difference to them if you know the capital of Papua New Guinea or not. But if you're getting stressed and if it's reflecting on your approach to the question, then that might act negatively against you. So this is something you can be very careful. This interview, my interview was a very cordial experience. I think UPSC has made all the interview. I have never heard anyone having a stress interview this time, maybe because of the corona pandemic and the difficulties that we faced. My interview this time I got Manoj Soni sir board. And my first question itself was, because my name is Meera, do you know who Meera Bai is and what is her historical relevance? And because I'm a student of sociology, can you sociologically analyze the importance of Meera Bai? So that was my first question from Manoj Soni sir. And then from there it went very well. They asked me about farm mechanization, about the recent IPCC report that was released and the climate change crisis that we are facing, about the entry of women in NDA. And because I'm a mechanical engineer, they asked me about women in mechanical engineering and what was your experience and all. And there were a lot of interesting areas that was covered in the interview. Last question again was asked by Manoj Soni sir. So what he asked me was, okay, let's come back to Meera Bai. He asked me, do you want to change your name? And if so, I'll give you 3 choices, pick one. And he gave me the options Yashoda, Rukmini and Radha, and he asked me to pick one. So I said I'll like to keep my name because it's a part of my identity, but if I have to definitely pick one, I'll pick Yashoda. And I was preparing to defend why I picked Yashoda, but he never asked me why. He said, okay, your interview is over, you can leave now. So that was my interview experience this time. Both the interviews that I went, UPSC was very extremely kind and very welcoming. They make sure that you are very comfortable, that even if you forgot to take some documents with you, they'll not stress you out. I'm not saying that you should forget it. Make sure that you have all your documents with you, but they make sure that you're very comfortable. They even give you refreshments, tea and all that, so that you have a very relaxed and calm state when you enter the interview hall. So this was my interview experience. I would like to thank DKT for giving me this opportunity to talk to you all. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much.